Hey guys, so today and tomorrow, to be honest, I'm going to be filming part of this tomorrow because I'm packing up our winter stuff at our family vacation home in Utah, and I have to do laundry to pack the rest of the winter stuff. So I'm just packing the ski stuff today, but I wanted to show you what I do to pack up winter stuff. So that's why I'm going to be filming over the course of 2 days. This really isn't a long process at all. It's just a matter of timing. We're leaving, so I'm going to be wearing something different in the other segments, but bear with me. Anyway, like I mentioned in a previous video, my closet at home back in the Midwest is very large, and I do not need to put away my winter items into storage or summer items. I don't need to pack things seasonally because I have enough room to keep it out year round. And you'll see all that when I do my master closet upheaval, which will be coming up in the coming months. But it is an important thing that many people have to do for lack of space. And so I just thought I'd show you what I do at our home in Utah. It's my husband's parents' second home. Yes. But they're very kind and let us use it whenever we want when they're not here. And we're here just for a little weekend, late February weekend getaway. And the next time we're coming is late April, and there's obviously not going to be skiing in late April. Well, there could be, but we're not going to be skiing in late April. I would find that highly unlikely anyway. And we're probably going to not need like winter jackets and sweaters and things like that. This area can get very chilly in the summer and spring at night and in the morning, so I'm not packing like everything that you might necessarily pack in a different part of the country or the world for winter storage, but this is just a general idea of what I do here and what I might do at home if I had to. So I brought from home these cedar blocks in different sizes. And these are lavender scented. I just think they're nice smelling. I like the smell of the cedar blocks, like the original smell anyway. But I got a package which came with 5 of these drawer-sized ones, lavender cedar, to put in bins, specifically that don't have a lot of wool in them, but just, I bought them to put in every bin, basically, that I put winter stuff in. And then I bought 2 packages of these little block-sized ones to like put in between wool sweaters and cashmere sweaters. Things that I particularly want to keep protected from moths, damage. I mean, that's the reason to have this, so moths are deterred from this scent and they won't eat holes in your clothes. And then I bought 2 of these hanging ones. It's still in the package, but you can see that it comes with a little hanger. It just screws in the top. There's already a pre-drilled hole. And I will hang these in the closet because I do leave some flannels and things out that we're not here a whole bunch, and I feel better if there's some layer of protection. So that's what I got all these things at the Container Store, my favorite place. And I'm just going to start today, before I do the laundry, to show you how I'm packing up our ski stuff. Now, I know people might not have ski stuff to pack up, but this really goes for any winter things. Lots of people wear long johns in the winter and thick wool socks and scarves and mittens and, hats and sweatpants and things of that nature. So this is very similar. Now, there's not a lot of wool things. This is mostly cotton and synthetic materials. So I'm just going to put one drawer cedar liner in the bottom of each bin. And I'll show you here. I'll give you a look at what I did. Hold on. Spin that around. Okay, so I have 2 bins. One for me, Jen ski stuff. You can see that right there. And one for Dawn ski stuff. And that's enough room for our main things. I'll sometimes leave what we have that we use for skiing changes sometimes. I'll take things home or bring new things, whatever. And depending on how much room there is in the bin, I may or may not be able to fit our helmets in, and I may or may not be able to fit our ski coats in. I usually always put my ski coat in. There it is. It's already in the bin. Because my clothes are obviously smaller than my husband's. And he wears his ski jacket here as his winter jacket here, whereas I have a different winter jacket that has nothing to do with skiing for here. So sometimes I put those in different bins or just hang them in the closet. But basically you can see everything's clean and thoroughly dry. And I've just nicely folded everything by category. So pants and long johns. And then those are sweatshirts and undershirts. And same for me. And then also in the front we have all of our like accessories. So scarves, hats, gloves, turtles, socks, goggles, helmets. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer the things in the bins, making sure there's plenty of room for the lid to shut with my cedar planks in the bottom. And I will do that right now, and I will let you see. This is my husband's bin, my trusty lavender scented cedar plank. And I'm just going to put it kind of smack dab in the middle, just like that. And you want to maximize space anytime you put anything in a bin. But I folded things for that, with that purpose in mind. And I'm just going to go about trying to fill all the spaces as efficiently as possible. So, you can see how easy that was. I've already filled half the bin, and everything's nicely compact, but it's not all like smooshed in there. So, looks like I'm going to have some room. Okay, so that's all of his things. It looks like I have room for his helmet and not his coat this year, which is fine. I could probably actually fit his coat in on top, but we're still here for another day, so I'm not going to pack it yet. But everything fits nicely. And voila. It's not, you know, things aren't shoved in there. I don't recommend overfilling winter storage bins when you have moth protection in them, because it's just another way for a moth to get in. Kind of, you know, besides the point. So that's that one. And now I will swing this around, and I mean this is taking like a second to do. You guys can see that. Okay, now I'm on to my ski stuff, Jen's ski stuff. I already stuck my coat in there, so I'll just take that out and put my cedar plank in. And I have, these are the insoles to our ski boots. We have custom insoles for our ski boots, so I just save these. Always save stuff like that. Like even with tennis shoes, if you have custom orthotics for your sneakers, or even ones that you buy at the store, always save the original ones. You never know. So those are just on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and put my coat in. Okay. Make sure I can fit all of my accessories. These are all my socks. Like so. Nice and neat. I always have a bunch of hand warmers and foot warmers on hand. Always on hand, because I have very poor circulation in my extremities and don't want to have to run out without those. Now, let's see. I'm going to put my tops in. My clothes here are much smaller than his, so they don't take up as much room. His being my husband's. These are all my little tiny spandex tights that I'm just double folding to maximize space. My little ski belt. Then I have, well, I want to leave room for my helmet, so I'm going to move these things. I have my ski pants, and these are the lighter ski pant, and I'm just folding them in thirds so they, again, are maximizing space. I'll just flip this around so you can see. So my helmet and my goggles. To further protect the goggles, I like to store them in the helmet, because goggles are expensive and they should last you a really long time. There's no need to buy goggles all the time. But a good pair of goggles is key. And I think, yeah, that's a little taller than I want it to be. So it's okay to readjust. I think I'm going to put this upside down just to make sure nothing's going to close. And now you can see everything's in there nice and neat, clean, and ready for storage. And it does close very nicely all the way. So that's my ski storage, my ski stuff storage. And when I come back tomorrow, I'll show you my regular clothes storage. It's a very similar concept. I just use more of those cedar blocks. I forgot to mention that I decided to put another one of these long cedar cedar blocks on top of the box. I showed there's one on the bottom, but I've decided to put one on top of each of our ski stuff boxes just to kind of sandwich the cedar effect in and to make sure, you know, everything's in good shape next winter when we come back to ski and there's no holes in anything. Okay, so I store all of our winter boots in a bin as well. You can say, well, it says Jen winter coats, boots, and shoes. That's not quite true anymore. It's Jen and John's winter boots and shoes, so I'll have to change that. My husband's feet are huge. I like to keep the boots in the bin. I make sure I wash the soles, and if there's any mud on them, you know, I wash the other parts of the boots first. But I just think it keeps it neater. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see what gotta kind of play around with the arrangement of things. So you can see I've already put in Don's huge pair of boots and then 2 pairs of mine. So that's a good start. And I have my Uggs. These are little juicy slippers. And because the Uggs are lined in shearling, I'm going to put in one of those cedar planks. I just think it's a good idea when you have shearling or wool or anything. And then these, there's Winnie. These are our winter slippers. Let's make sure they are good. I have to put them upside down, I think, to maximize space. Like I said before, I want the bins to close all the way. Now, of course, in this case, I do put a bin on top of this one. So it's okay, it actually does close all the way. And there you have it, all of our winter boots in one bin. Ready for next winter, clean and stored. So I'm back today with all of our clean winter clothes. I did my laundry yesterday, and I'm going to put them in the bins. Now this bin I labeled Jen and Don Winter, and this is for our winter coats that aren't ski coats. And I washed the ones that needed washing. You know, you should wash your winter coats somewhat, at least once a year, I would imagine. But since they're rather big and fluffy, can't really fit a whole lot in here. And this is my husband's coat. It is very big, so I folded it into thirds. And that. Now I also have some mittens that obviously we only wear in the winter. I did leave some gloves and a light scarf out because it does tend to get chilly here in the spring and the summer, like I mentioned. And again, since I'm putting some wool items in there, I'm going to stick just one of these little cedar blocks in because it's really just for the mittens and the hat. So I don't think I need a big one. Here's my big puffy coat. Luckily these squish down real nice. And these are stockings that for Christmas decorating with. And look at that. Easy. Done. Closed. Well, I don't know if this is true for all men, but at least here at our vacation home, I have a lot of winter-specific clothes, but my husband really doesn't. And I do have a bin for him. Sometimes we have guests stay in this house, and I put all of our clothes away in bins so that the closet and drawers are free. But he only has 2 little things, a sweater and a Christmas t-shirt. So I'm just going to put them in my bin because they'll fit, and it seems silly to put like one thing in a bin. But I'll know that they're there. So here I just have my, let's see, these are my husband's 2 things that I mentioned. So I'm going to put those in first. And then I have my sweaters. And these are cashmere and wool. So I am going to put little blocks around the bottom. These are those little cedar blocks. Just keep things safe. Then I have my flannels and winter specific or holiday t-shirts, as well as these are flannel-lined pants. Love those. Christmas pajama pants. And then these are little fun Christmas t-shirts. And I made sure everything is clean, obviously, but I folded everything nice and laid it all out like you saw before I put it in the bins. I just like to visualize everything before it goes in. And then I have slipper socks, which are too hot to wear in the summer. Some tights, and then these are cashmere socks that I have. I have the same ones both here and at home because I like them so much, and I think I mentioned I have poor circulation in my extremities, so that just helps keep me nice and warm. Alright, so that's all my socks, and then Christmas socks. And again, since I put more wool on the top, I'm just going to put a few more of these little cedar blocks in. I brought just enough from home with me, and we'll pack that. And that's it. I'm going to put everything up in the closet. I'll give you a quick look. And that's how I pack away our winter clothes. Yes, that's how I pack away our winter clothes. Okay, so we're in our closet in our bedroom in Utah here. You can see that's where I keep all my husband's clothes because we don't have a lot of room in our room for dressers. So I just keep them on shelves in here. But I have some things hanging. These are things that we wear year-round, so I don't put them away. On the bottom here, I have that boot box that I showed. That's a box of stuff for my dog. And then I keep our winter clothes stored up top. Normally I wouldn't like it if bins are hanging over the edge, but since it's at the very top of the closet and it just really maximizes space, I think that's alright. So those are our ski clothes bins and our winter clothes and jackets. And that's it. That's how I store my winter things. How do you store your winter things? I'm curious to know. Thanks for watching.